fun stuff from my kitchen today, so we're in a different space. I'm actually gonna do some art with you. A little bit of art. Painting to the music is what I'm gonna call this. Just to give you a couple of bits of information before we get started. I made a video last week, I believe it was on Thursday, learning about tempo and what that means in the music world. So this is gonna kind of go with that. This is kind of like part 2. We learned about tempo with a ball, which is a great way for toddlers to learn, and even older children really enjoy doing those ball activities where you tap to the different speeds and the different rhythms of the music, and then you roll it, throw it, do different things. So if you want to watch that first, you can do that one, and then you can come back and do this fun painting to the music activity. Basically, I'm going to be putting on different types of rhythm, different types of tempos and speeds, and we're gonna paint the way the music makes you feel. That's pretty much all you do. And you can do this without me as well, so you can do it with me, with the different tempos that I bring up, and then you can also just put on music and paint to the different music that we do. So I have a couple different ways I will show you this. You're not gonna really see me, you're just gonna hear me. I'm gonna angle my camera so you can see what I'm doing with the art. And unfortunately, I just can't get a great view of both the art and myself, but you'll get an idea what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm excited to paint to the music with you today. Okay. All right, I got it to work where you can kind of still see me. So yeah, wonderful. All right, I'm using a canvas because that's mostly all I have is canvas and acrylic paint and paint that you paint your walls with. But you can just do this with paper and regular paint. If you don't have paint, I will link some ways you can make paint at home nice and safe for toddlers, in case, because we're gonna get in there and use our fingers. So you obviously want paint to be non-toxic and edible, because toddlers will sometimes put that in their mouth. But there's a lot of easy ways to make paint, and you don't even have to do this with paint. If you want, you can color to the music. You can use crayons, you can use markers, chalk, whatever you want. It's a little bit harder with the silhouette piece that I'm adding. It's easier to do this with paint, but there's definitely ways that you can do this without paint, whatever you want to do. Now, you don't have to do the silhouette piece. The silhouette piece that I'm doing is a fun infuser. I drew a little dancer person and I taped her down because we're gonna peel it off. Basically, we're gonna use it as a stencil. Big kids can draw their own. If you have a printer, you can print out, just Google dancer silhouette and you'll come up with a whole bunch of different kinds. And then you can just print one out, cut it out. You can let your big kids cut it out. You can let your kiddo just draw. And then, this is very abstract, it's very processy. So you can just let your toddler or big child draw whatever they want to draw as their dancer, and then cut it out and put it on there, just to add some fun to it. But like I said, you don't even have to do that part. You can just paint and make this your painting to the music. I started by painting it kind of a dark green. I wanted to do black. I don't have black, so I went with this dark green. That way when you peel it off, it has a dark silhouette color. You could have just left it white. That works too. And then and then it's a white stencil. I just wanted it to be a color. I wanted it to be like a dark color, as close to black as I could get. So I went with this like dark green, because I'm just making do with things I have at home as well. So you tape that on first. If you need to, paint the background, or want to paint the background, and that's where we're starting here. If you have a roller utensil works the best, but you don't have to have one. Basically, if you're gonna do the stencil, you really wanna cover around your shape. That way it's going to leave that when you peel it off. Okay, let's get to painting to the music. We're gonna start using my fun little keyboard here. All right, I'm gonna start with some orange. switch it up. Alright. I get like little dots. Dot, 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 dot. That's how it makes me feel here. Keep in mind, you can put your paint on top of the stencil. You're just going to peel it off. That'll help get those edges really well. Alright, we're going to do a different one. Gentle swing sound. I'm going to do some long strokes. Feel free to mix your colors too. I don't even wipe off my brush. I just let the colors mix together. Tango, if you guys haven't picked up on it. That's cool. The purple. Alright, we're going to pause for a second. Also, feel free to get in there and use your fingers. Fingers make different textures and you can do different things to match the tempo and the rhythm better. I'm going to use a glove because I am actually using acrylic paint and that is really hard to get off of your hands. So I'm going to put a glove on to do this part, but if you're just doing regular paint or paint mixed with water, you know, like watercolors, you can definitely get in there and use your fingers and just wipe it right off. Okay. Let's do, slow it down. We're going to slow it down just a little bit. I'm going to use one finger. So my finger is kind of going to the beat. Dot vibe here. Alright, I'm going to go back to my brush. That was fun with the hands, but I want to kind of, I'm getting close to being done. Because my canvas is kind of tiny, if you have a big piece of paper, you can do this, or you can, once that's done, you can set it aside and do another one if you're really enjoying it and you want to keep it going. I think I'm going to top it off with maybe a little bit more red and purple. That's what I'm feeling like doing. And I'm going to be all done with mine. Oh no, but feel free to keep it going if you're having fun with this. We're gonna do one last little beat here. Alright, here we go. Some purple back over here. Kinda just makes me want to swipe some of makes me feel very like feathery, if that makes sense. Very old school, very 80s feeling. I like it. Alright, I think I'm done. I'm gonna peel this off and we'll see what we've got here. Put my glove back on. I'm gonna put my glove back on because I'm trying not to get all this paint on myself. Let me peel it off. And it doesn't matter if you destroy it because it's just the stencil. This is cool. I'm excited to show you guys. I know it's kind of hard to see. It's a little glary in here. Not the best lighting I'm working with, but you know. Alright. Here is my finished product. I have my little dancer dancing to the music. Very cool. I'm excited to see what you guys end up with. So, hopefully you had fun doing this with me, and then if you want to do another one and do your own music, feel free to do that as well. That turned out really cool. I'm gonna touch up some of my green that I peeled off just a little bit with this green. But yeah, very, very fun. And even if you get like a basic outline, if you don't want to paint ahead of time, because on paper I could see where that could be a little tricky. You can leave it white, and then when you have that white silhouette, you can go in and paint it, kind of like what I'm doing. I'm kind of just adding a little bit more of that green because I peeled some of it off. And just kind of add the color after, because you'll have that awesome outline of your stencil. It'll be really easy to go in there and fill that in if you need to. Or leave it white, whatever you want to do. Alright, well I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you want to post pictures in Google Classroom under today and show me your cool little dancers, I would love to see it. Or just your painting if you didn't do the dancer part. Share that with me too, because I would love to see it. Alright, have a wonderful day. I know it's a little rainy and yucky out, so hopefully this is a fun indoor thing to do. And I know we're not moving our bodies a whole lot today, but this is a really fun kind of music and art pairing that I've done in the past. You can even do freeze songs where you freeze the music, so you have to stop painting when it freezes, or like change colors when it freezes. So that's also another option if you want to do that. So have fun doing a little bit of art with your music today.